Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you all are doing great. I want to thank you so much for all the support in the recent videos. Um, I see you guys. I see you liking the videos and sometimes commenting. I thank you all for that. I appreciate you all. I'm gonna keep bringing more content. As you know, again, I play every time, so I'm recording more. I'm recording more, and also like um, editing, trying to just go through that basically type of grind. So today what you're gonna see here is just a gameplay of me doing Rumble with no HUD and failing miserably. But on top of that, I'm talking about how I feel about Destiny 2. You don't have to pay much attention to the gameplay. There are a couple of cool moments there, but I didn't even win one game. It was hard, man. Playing without HUD is really really hard. For me, it's really hard. But yeah, thanks again. Here are my thoughts. Today I want to talk about my thoughts on Destiny 2. After playing it since 2015, I was a Destiny 1 player. I remember playing it a lot. I didn't play Alpha, I didn't play Beta or any of that. I got into Destiny 1 when the Taken King came out. I guess the better part of it. I don't know, maybe some people say that. Anyway, so Destiny, it's been a roller coaster, man. It's kind of like a complicated relationship because the game has so much to offer, but it also falls short in so many ways. I definitely need to say that I am not what some people can consider like a hardcore player. I am kind of like a casual try hard, right? Like I wanna be good at PvP, right? So I try hard, right? But I mean, doesn't mean I am good. I'm just saying I tried, right? I tried to be competitive and all that, but at the same time, like I know that there's no real competitive mode in this game for many reasons, right? So I play this game very casually. I do play it somewhat a lot. I would say I put at least 10 hours a week, and the way I play it is like I just play it because the game feels good. The the gunplay feels good, but it's not because I feel the urge like to go grind, let me dive into the world of Destiny and just get lost, right? I don't feel that way. I play it, like I said, casually, and I've said in a previous video that sometimes, like actually most of the time that I'm playing PvP, which is what I play the most, I am playing. Sometimes I don't play with sound, and I am watching a video on the other screen. I'm watching an interview. I'm watching anything like on YouTube or whatever. Like my mind is not completely into the Destiny world. That's how I like playing. Unless I'm playing something like, I don't know, survival or trials, if I ever play trials. But that's how I play the games. I just want to give you a perspective how I do it. The game, if you look back, if you have been around, this time of the year is the lowest that it, in terms of player base. Normally this part of the year is the lowest that it can be. There's always, if you go back in YouTube and check videos of this time of the year of Destiny, and you will see it's always like, is Destiny dying? Another game coming out, the Destiny killer, or things like that. And it's a cycle. It's definitely a cycle. I just think that people they don't get what's happening with the whole Destiny franchise. I believe, in my opinion, Bungie cannot keep up with the community, with the demand of the community. We are too large. We want too much. Let me rephrase that. We just want more, and they just cannot keep up, right? That's one thing. That's one thing. I wish there was more to do. I wish there was more depth in the game. Maybe that the lore was more like available to everybody. I don't know, that it's not so hidden. Like, remember before, it was hard to know anything about lore of from Destiny. Now it's definitely more available, but I wish it was like more involved in your gameplay. Because there are interesting stories, in the Destiny world, and a lot of us don't know. A lot of us don't know. So I wish there were more people at Bungie, and that they had the resources to make this a huge world. That the game had depth, character customization, that you can customize your guardian the way you want. That they get rid of those stupid restrictions, like the shaders, the way they used to be before, and then the way they are now. Actually, when they launched on Destiny 2, it was not fun. It was not fun. I wish they were not afraid of trying new things, at the same time that they were not afraid of removing some things, So going back to what happens this time of the year and how the community reacts to the content drought, I feel like sometimes just people also just need to just stop playing. Take a break from the game. You don't need, like, just, I don't know, like, take it easy. Like, calm the addiction. I'm sorry, gaming is an addiction. Like, if you play every day, several hours a day, it's an addiction. And when you're not playing, you want to go back, like, you feel like you want to play again. It's an addiction. So but remember, it's just a game. It's not real life. It's fantasy. Like, you don't achieve anything after you play, unless you are making a friend. If you make friends while you're playing, and you are achieving something like that, like, it's just a game. It's just a game. And I understand. Listen, I understand some people play video games to get away from their crappy reality and all that. That's delicate topic. I get that. It's just that there might be another way for people to escape their situations, where they can escape but also achieve something meaningful in life. You know what I mean? In video games, you don't do you rarely do that. Yes, I know there have been people out there that they have achieved a lot, in the community. They have raised money for charities and all that. That's great. There's a lot of people that don't do that. I would say the majority of people don't do that. They just play because they are, addicted to the game. They have nothing to do, and many other reasons. But again, going back, I would say take a break from the game. If you feel like the game is not rewarding or something like that, just play another game. Play another game, or go outside. Again, try finding something meaningful to do with your life. And I hope that doesn't come off as, arrogant or anything like that. I don't like. Again, everybody's different. Everybody has their own situations, and it's hard to just generalize. I feel like I'm going on a tangent right now, because definitely this was not part of what I wanted to talk. But I feel like a lot of companies, video game companies, they take advantage of that. They take advantage of the fact that some people have a, let's say, crappy life, and they want to, those people want to take it on video games, um, which of course becomes an addiction, and these companies take advantage of that situation. They know about that, and they prey on people like that by selling, in-game content or keeping you all the time playing and all that. And that's how they have become so rich, so wealthy, so powerful, because they prey on the situations of people's emotions and crappy situations and all that. I don't know. I believe that. I definitely believe that, and I could be wrong, but I think that's one tactic that they use. Going back to Destiny and the state of Destiny 2, there's a lot of problems in the game. I cannot like, you see me playing and I kind of enjoy it. I have fun, but it's because it's how you have to play it at this time. You cannot take it too seriously. I cannot believe, like, sometimes, like my previous video, somebody were just trash talking, and a lot of people like do that, like insulting every other player because they did this and they did that. Like, it's a video game, bro. It's why are you talking to other people like that? Like, and I get it. Sometimes they're just too young to understand, but at the same time, yes, they are too young to be, acting like that. And the game has a lot of problems, and I'm gonna go through some of the problems that I know, and a lot of people know. There's cheating problems. You guys probably have seen, people teleporting, the aim bots that they never miss. They track you. They know where you are. That's a big problem, and that turns a lot of people off, including me. Like, I don't want to go to trials. Like, I'm sorry, that's a waste of time, and I don't want to waste my time like that. I'd rather just chill in control or doing something else than trying really hard to go flawless in trials. And then when I'm in last game, I just face a cheater that I cannot win. That I cannot do anything about. Like, they have unlimited rockets, unlimited this, and like that turns me off big time, and makes me not want to play the game. So I just play it casually my way, and yeah. So there's that. There's DDoSing. That's been a problem, for a while now, even in consoles. The emo problem, the third peaking or three peaking, that's when you use an emo, you go third person and you can see around the walls. On a first person shooter, like, why is that a thing? Right? That's a huge advantage. You're not supposed to look around the walls to see what's happening. And I can tell you, I've done that. I remember in Destiny 1 when the first time I saw that, I saw it on a video of somebody doing that, and I was like, what? So I started doing it. I started having a sword out, and when you had a sword, you had like this a crosshair or whatever, like this thing in the middle of the screen that basically is exactly where the middle of your crosshair is. So you could be behind a wall, put that in a player's face, and then take out your gun and shoot. Why is that a thing in Destiny? Remove emotes from PvP or leave it for the end of the match. Like, you should not be able to do that. I know that emotes are kind of a big part of the Destiny world. Like, a lot of them are cool and all that, but they give people advantage. They give people unfair advantage over others. That should not be. I think that should be. I'm sorry. That should be removed. They should look into a solution for that. So grenade launchers. When remember when Mountaintop came? Why is that in the game? Like that's not. I'm sorry, that's not fun. To me, that's not fun. They don't even need to see you. Like how can you outplay that, right? You don't see a player. You're not like you're running, and you're not even seeing a player, and you're getting hit by a grenade launcher that bounced, from a wall and didn't hit you. Why is that a thing? Like, leave it for PvE. That's cool in PvE. Leave it there, but not on PvP. So okay, fine, it's on PvP. So that's why you have people just taking not taking the game seriously. And that's why also, right, there's a lot of people that want to do like tournaments and all that, and they ban a bunch of things. And let's not go into that list because some of those things are like, a lot of people don't agree with, but of course, third picking is not a thing. Swords are not a thing in those tournaments and all that. And that's why there's not an actual, like, legit or official Destiny competitive community. Like, there's no official tournaments for Destiny 2 because those things exist. And going back, I would say that if Bungie had a bigger team, had the resources, which honestly, like, do they really have the resources or not? Because apparently they're like investing in another IP and they're like developing another game, and they're now doubling in size. I don't know. I really don't know. But it seems to me like for Destiny, like if there's not enough bandwidth, at the same time, how are they making their money from skins? Like I rarely buy anything from Eververse. I'm not gonna pay $20 for a stupid armor set. That's just for looks. Of course, I wouldn't do it either for like, I'm not trying to get paid to win. I'm not saying that they should do that. I'm just saying that I don't buy any of that. Like, I don't care for it unless it's really cool and that I think it's worth it. I don't know, but $20 for no, I'm not gonna do that. So how are they really making money? If you ask me, they should put Destiny on a monthly subscription. I don't know, $3, $5. I don't know. But okay, I know that could sound controversial, but that might be the only way to expand the world of Destiny, to make it bigger, to make it where there's things to do. There's a lot of things to do, and the game is more meaningful, more rewarding. Sometimes I feel like it's just a waste of time when you grind for something. How many look like sunsetting? How many weapons do you grind for? And I understand that's part of the game. You wanna make the game fresh every now and then, and I get that. But isn't it a waste of time, right? That I went and I grinded for, let's say, the Not Forgotten hand cannon. That was a huge grind. That was, especially for somebody that it's not like a top PvP player, right? And then you get it, and a month later, boom, nerfed. And a few months later, sunset, like gone. Like, yes, it's there, but doesn't it's nerfed, and then you cannot use it on like on trials or something like that anymore. That to me it's a huge waste of time. And a lot of those PvE guns, it's the same thing. It's just a waste of time. Stasis. Let's talk about Stasis. Stasis, man. I guess I use it. You see me using it. It's because, like, what at this point, again, everybody's using it. Like, I'm a victim, and it's not the only class I play, but in a way, I feel like I have to use it to come out winning. Sometimes, Again, yes, I like using my gunslinger. I like using, in Warlock, I like using top 3 Dawnblade. I still love that. But Stasis, you see, even the top players, they just use it. They have to, right? But man, that was a huge change in the pace of PvP. The fact that they freeze you sometimes, again, they just throw a grenade and you're frozen. That's it. You're gone. That's it. You have no chance. You have no chance. And yes, you with time you kind of learn how to play around that, but most players still don't know how to play around stasis on PvP, and they just die. So I'm not a huge fan of stasis and what it did to PvP. I am not. I am not. Yes, I use it, but I am not a big fan of what it did. Um, so that's how I feel, man. I hope, and I don't think this is ever gonna happen, man. It's kind of like a lost fight with Bungie, so might as well just play it casually and just enjoy. That's how I approach it. Um, like going back, I wish like the game had more depth and all that. Like I remember playing Warframe. For some of you that have played it, maybe this resonates with you. I remember Warframe is a very grindy game. You end up doing the same thing, same missions, grinding and grinding. Like at some point you definitely reach that level and you're like, all right, so it's the same thing. There's really not really much to do other than just grinding because of grinding and you want to look better, But there's no like big challenge on Warframe. But I remember doing the quest. I think it was the Second Dream, and man, that thing, it hit me. It hit me hard. I love that quest. I love that quest. I love the finding out what you really are and all that. Like I think that was a great quest, and me coming in blindly and just diving into the world of Warframe, and I really loved it. I played it until I got to MR 20, basically a rank 20. You only have, I think so far, only 30 ranks at this point. Back then you only had, I don't know, like 25 ranks when I stopped playing. But I got to rank 20, and I'm still there. I rarely log in. But it's such a big world. You can do so much. You can customize your character so much. You have your own spaceship that you can customize and decorate. You can colorize it. You can do so much. Like in Warframe, look, you have a chat here where you can talk to people in your clan. You can talk to people in your alliance. Looks like a Q&A. If you're lost, if you have questions about something specific, you can ask there. And there's an actual bot that will give you kind of a generic answer, normally accurate. There's a recruiting chat. If you want to do a specific mission, you can just, hey, I'm doing this. Anybody down? There's trading. And if there's, you can even paste a specific gear, name of a gear or resource. And if you don't know what it is, you can just click on it. And it takes you right away to it. So you can basically figure out right away. If you don't know what it is, you can just see what it is. Those things are very valuable. Like imagine Destiny having something like that. I wish you could do things like that on Destiny. Like imagine a world like the depth of customization, right? Of Warframe. Imagine it on Destiny. If you have not played Warframe, I recommend you to do it and not give up until, I don't know, like play it at least until you are like MR 10 and see if you like it. It's kind of a grind, but it's cool. I think to create builds and all that and go to try it, I think, I really love that aspect of Warframe. Going back to Destiny 2, man, I wish it had more meaning, at least for me. To me, it's not meaningful to go grind for armor. Like, such a waste of time, dude. Doing nightfalls for a chance to get, a high stat armor, and then it's not what you want. Why, Bungie? Why do you remove the fun? Like, I wish I could get at some point with the amount of time that I've played. Like, so far, I have played like 1,300 hours on Destiny 2, and that's not counting what I used to, what I did when it was in Blizzard. Remember, in the launcher, Blizzard, Activision. Like, at this point, you would think, man, you should, be able to have like a perfect rolled armor or something like that. Like, at least the stats that you want. No, just you need to do this, and just for the chance. Oh, that's RNG. I understand it's RNG, and I'm like, I get how RNG works, but at some point you have to like reward the players, especially the players that have been playing the most. So again, I find it such a waste of time. I just I try to maximize whatever I can, but I don't go crazy because again, it's just a waste of time. Anyway, guys, this is how I feel about Destiny 2, man. I wish it was in a better state, but it's just the same thing every year. I still play it, as you can see. I'm putting out content, but it's just for fun. It's just, I mean, if the game feels good, the gunplay feels good. I like playing PvP, because again, it's just the dopamine. That's why it feels good to play. The gunplay feels good, and of course, dopamine. That's it. But I also play other games. Like, I love playing Apex, and I think I'm gonna be bringing some other content here in this channel. I definitely want to bring some Apex here. Again, not a top player type of content, but it's just for fun. You can, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm definitely gonna bring it here because I love playing it. So, guys, once again, thank you so much. This is me rambling, and I hope you have a good one. And let me know what your thoughts about Destiny 2. How do you feel about Destiny 2? Do you play other games? What kind of other games do you play? Like, do you have other things that you do in your life besides gaming? When things are low, in terms of content, what do you do? What do you do in life? Let me know in the comments below, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a good day.